Welcome back. This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and we're continuing the testing of this battery pack. It's the Opteka, I think that's how you pronounce it, BP-SC4000, which is supposed to have a capacity of 4,000 milliamp hours or 4 amp hours. I think I got that right. Anyway, we did the discharge test using, this is a load, and we had it set on the 1 amp setting, and this thing got really hot. I used my Roby temperature measurer, and this thing got up to 135 degrees F. Pretty warm. Didn't want to touch that with your little pinky there. And it lasted 1 hour and 15 minutes into this load, and my meter here registered 1,411 milliamp hours, way short of the advertised 4,000. We got, instead of 4 amp hours, we got maybe 1.4 milliamp hours for that one test. We are now recharging it via my computer. You can see the blinking lights when it's recharging, and then it's fully charged. I believe the lights either stay on, or they all go off. So it's recharging. The other thing is, I forgot to tell you what else comes with this. And here I put everything in a bag, and that's the reason I forgot, is it comes with all these goodies. This, I thought this was supposed to be the charging cable. But guess what? This end of the cable does not fit in the charging port of the power pack. So, and I don't recognize it. It's kind of a funky end, so I don't know what that's for. And then you get all these adapters, which luckily one of them matched the charging port. Here's another one. So you get all these adapters. That's what's kind of caught my eye when I bought this, for all types of cell phones and iPods, whatever. I actually I don't see anything that looks like an iPod adapter. Those are usually pretty hard to come by. And it comes with this black cable, which all those adapters plugged into, and it has a USB port on one end, and then you plug in one of those adapters. And luckily, like I said, one of the adapters matched this port. Otherwise, it doesn't come with anything to charge it with. So, oh, here's another adapter. So you get, let me see, let's just take a few seconds to burn some time and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 adapters plus this cable, which I have no idea what it's for. Anyway, while it was discharging, the LEDs were going off. It starts with 4 when it's fully charged. They were going off. As you saw from my first video, the first LED went off immediately when I put the load on there. And you would think with 4 LEDs, it would indicate like a 25% charge. So it would be 25, 50, 75, and 100. Now, it's not linear, because like you said, when I plugged the load in, it immediately dropped the first LED, which means it was down to 75% of capacity. I did find a review on YouTube where someone had done some extensive testing, unlike my pretty crude testing, And they indicate that from their testing that 4 bars can indicate from 87% to 100% full charge. So 4 bars could indicate there's only 87% charged at a minimum. 3 bars is 76 to 86. 2 bars is 58% to 72%. 1 bar is still 50% left. And then 0 bars means it's basically empty. Now what it did, and I just happened to walk in the room and record the stats on it, it just shut down. It didn't go, it was on 1 bar. I walked in the room, boom, it shut down. So as this report indicates, 1 bar could indicate 1% left. So I don't know. So you can't really go by the little bars there as far as how much capacity is left. But I was really disappointed with the fact that it only, on this one test, it only showed capacity of 1.4 amp hours instead of 4. Now, that was a pretty heavy load. This was a 1 amp load, pretty heavy load. That may have something to do with it. I'm thinking about ordering, there's another one of these out that you can vary the load from, I believe, 0.4 amps to 2 amps, maybe even heavier. Now think about ordering one of those. They have 2 versions, one with a big heat sink and one, excuse me, wait for the it's actually cooled off outside, but it's not 61 degrees. That's the temperature coming out of my air conditioning vent. But this other one has a heat sink as one option, and another option, it actually has a little fan to cool the heat sink. So I'm thinking about getting one of those. That way it gives me a little smaller load, you know, as small as 0.4 amps instead of 1 amp. Because I would think, just off the top of my head, that these batteries would last a little longer if they weren't heavily loaded down. Now the capacity of this particular power pack is supposed to be able to supply 1 amp. That's the maximum. And I was loading it down with just less than 1 amp. So it's charging up now. I will put in as a comment what the capacity is as indicated by this little tester of how much power it put back into the power pack. And then if the sun ever comes out, I'll do some testing with charging this with the solar panel, which is supposed to be the advantage of this one over just a plain power pack. So anyway, that's the show. I may not do that next show with doing the solar charging for a while because the weather is supposed to be pretty lousy for at least another week. And like I say, what one of the reviews indicated was that person had left it in the sun, direct sunlight, for 3 days, and it was indicating 3 bars, so it wasn't fully charged after 3 days in the sun. Probably 5 to 6 hours each day, 15 to 18 hours in the sun. So that's the show. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up. I have another solar charger. It's not a battery pack, it's just a charger. And what I plan on doing is, when we get some good weather, I'll also do some testing of that because it, again, requires full sunlight to work properly. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.